America, we got to get back to doing what's expected of us as free citizens in this democracy. That means being tolerant, being respectful, staying informed, and being engaged. I'm former Congressman Joe Walsh. Follow me here and join the millions of Americans who are renewing their social contract with each other. The social contract, it's on us. Good Thursday morning. I always know how to start a show. I always have that thought, that impulse that will kind of be my trigger, i.e., get me going for the 20 or 30 minutes or so that I'm with you every day. That thing that riles me up or pisses me off or gets me thinking, and it sets in motion every day this show, a show that I have to get off of my chest. I don't know how to start today. I don't have that trigger today. So I'm just going to throw the word fear out there. Fear. I think Donald Trump represents fear. I think Trump is the last gasp of an America. Way too many Americans who are so damn afraid of change, afraid of how rapidly shit is changing. And Trump represents that. It's important to say at the outset, Trump doesn't give a damn about it because Trump doesn't give a damn about anything but Trump. But people are, and Trump knows this. So many people are drawn to Trump and have been drawn to Trump for so long. So many people cling to Trump and have clung to him for so long because they are afraid. They are afraid by what they don't know. They are afraid of change. They are afraid of the other. They're afraid of people who don't look like them, who don't think like them, who don't worship like them, who don't sleep with the same people that they sleep with. And Trump came along 9 years ago, 10 years ago now, coming down that escalator, and Trump gave voice to that fear. And baby, 10 years later, they cling to him still. So 10 years later, when he puts out a post like he did yesterday, that we got to stop teaching that slavery was bad. Thanks, Keith. The museums in Washington, the Smithsonian, Trump said, man, we got to stop it. It's out of control. They're actually teaching how bad slavery was. Trump's tapping into fear. He knows what he's doing. I'm going to get some lawyers, Trump said. We're going to investigate the Smithsonian and museums in Washington, D.C. And we're going to look into how all they do is talk about how bad slavery was. As if there was anything good to teach about slavery. Now, thank you for that. That was Trump yesterday, Keith. Thank you for that. Couple things to mention. Again, I don't have a trigger today, but to mention at the outset, Donald Trump does not have the authority to do anything to the Smithsonian. Donald Trump, the president of the United States, does not have the constitutional authority to tell any museum in this country what they can and cannot exhibit, what they can and cannot teach. So again, here we are 7 months into the administration of a tyrant, and it sounds almost antiquated to say, here's one more thing Donald Trump does not have the constitutional authority to do anything about. Because I know for so many Americans, and I hear from so many Americans who just no longer give a damn about the Constitution, right, Patrick Wilson? Good morning to you, too. He said, shut up to me. Tell me why you want me to shut up, Patrick Wilson, but doesn't care about the Constitution. So Trump doesn't have the constitutional authority to do anything about the Smithsonian. But important to note that Trump didn't have the constitutional authority a few weeks ago to tell the Smithsonian to remove all reference to him in their exhibit on impeachment, American presidents and impeachment, but the Smithsonian went along and did it. So again, here we live in an America where fascism is here. Fascism is alive and well, and fascism lives, it breathes on, and it will live when people and institutions and teachers and lawyers and media companies and colleges and universities and all the rest get down on their knees and give in to the fascist and placate the fascist. That's how fascism grows. So even though Trump doesn't have the constitutional authority to do hey, Smithsonian, when it comes to slavery, I want you to teach about how wonderful and beautiful slavery was. He doesn't have the constitutional authority to tell the Smithsonian, to force the Smithsonian to do any of that. But the Smithsonian may placate him and revise what they teach about slavery. Second quick point to brush aside is part of this, as in part of everything Trump does, is a distraction. And now I'm talking to you, MAGA. I hate to say it again, but I'm going to say it. MAGA, Donald Trump thinks you're stupid. MAGA, repeat after me. Donald Trump thinks I'm stupid. Donald Trump thinks that even though his tariffs are slowing down job growth and making everything you buy more expensive, Donald Trump believes he can distract you, MAGA. He can throw up woke shit like the Smithsonian is woke. And the Smithsonian teaches about how bad America is and our history's all bad, bad, bad. And can you believe it? The Smithsonian actually teaches that slavery was bad. Trump believes, MAGA, that you're so stupid and so gullible, you'll forget all about how much money you're paying for stuff because of his tariffs, because you're going to get so worked up about woke museums. So there is that element here as well with Trump. It's a distraction. But more importantly, this is ugly. This is, as the title of this episode shows, Trump is the ugly American. He's the fearful American. This is ugly, racist, bigoted shit. To actually the president of the United States criticizing a museum for teaching, showing, exhibiting that American slavery was bad and we shouldn't do that. What an ugly, bigoted, racist, ignorant, and yeah, where I started, fearful thing to say. Slavery was bad. Slavery was bad. Slavery was bad. There is and was nothing good about slavery. In fact, most Americans today, it's our fault. It's our educational system's fault. We don't know anymore. We're not really aware anymore about how evil and inhumane slavery was. It's kind of become benign to us a few generations later. But it's all based on fear. Again, Trump doesn't, again, it's pathetic that an American president says something like, quit teaching that slavery was bad. It's pathetic that an American president is focusing on this shit and lying about this shit to divide us, to distract us. He doesn't have the authority to do it. It's crazy and wrong that an American president would even think again, but we live in a world right now where this American president every day calls for private individuals to be fired, every day calls for private companies to be hurt, every day threatens to go after private companies. I mean, we're living in a country right now with a tyrant, a fascist in the White House. But what's sad is how ignorant he is, and so many Americans are, how ignorant they are with what truly makes America great. What makes America great, really two things. The idea that we were founded upon, freedom, democracy, that a people can govern itself and not be ruled by a dictator or a king. We're the only country in the history of the world founded upon an idea. And that idea is freedom. And at the time, 249, 50 some years ago, it was unique. It was novel. Freedom, the idea. We are the only country in the history of the world founded upon an idea. That is one big old thing that makes us unique. The other thing that makes America so damn unique is that we are a work in progress. We were founded with an original sin. We were founded with an evil institution called slavery, racism, white supremacy. Help found this country. That's our history too. Again, our founding fathers, my God, I thank them every single day for what they gave us. Freedom. We the people, we can govern ourselves. It's still, that notion is still hanging in there, but they brought with them a bad, evil institution, our original sin, slavery. And what makes America great is that we've fought and struggled and died and fought and died and fought to try to overcome that original sin. Country went to war to try to overcome that original sin. I mean, that's what makes America great, is the struggle to try to be better, the struggle to try to overcome the racism, the systemic racism the institutional racism, the remnants of that original sin. It's 2025. They're still with us today. The remnants of slavery. But damn it, what makes this country great is that most of us struggle every day to overcome it and be better and be that land of freedom and equality. But you can't teach about that. You can't talk about that without talking about the original sin, without leading with slavery. You can't talk about overcoming something. You can't talk about trying to make progress down a road, the arc of freedom. We're a work in progress. We're always trying. We're always trying to get better. You can't do that if you don't head on look at and talk about and focus on the original sin, slavery. And throughout our history, there have been people like Trump who've tried to force us to look away from our original sin, to look away from the evil that helped found this great experiment in democracy. And they do it because they're afraid. This is what fascists do. This is what authoritarians do, dictators do. They try to destroy truth. They try to erase history. Make no mistake, what Trump did yesterday, what Trump posted yesterday, is his effort to destroy the truth and erase American history. He doesn't want Americans being taught about American slavery. Plain and simple. Doesn't want it. Doesn't want it. Or just a mention of it and then talk about how great America is. Bullshit. You can't do that. Because we're still struggling with our original sin. We've made great progress. And yeah, way too often in our history, folks on the left haven't acknowledged the progress we've made and continue to make. And way too often in our history, people on the right refuse to acknowledge the inherent evil and the bad and the remnants of that evil that we still live with, that way too many Americans still live with. Trump we're going through again right now a setback where fearful Americans afraid of change, rapid change, want to go back to the way they imagined things were when they were kids. Conservative man proudly frightened of everything. Oh, Keith, I love that. We've got people on the right now who are afraid. Fear of the other. It's how come they want to grab brown and black people off of our streets and get them the hell out of the country. It's why they don't want us focused so much teaching about slavery and white supremacy and Jim Crow and the systemic racism that still exists in America today. They're afraid. They just don't want to deal with it. They just don't want to confront it. White America doesn't. Joe, just tell me everything's good. America's great, baby. America's great, baby. That's what Trump gives voice to. It's not the truth. But again, Jack Nicholson, Donald Trump can't handle the truth. And too many people who cling to him can't handle the truth. I remember doing talk radio, right-wing talk radio 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 years ago. And every day I'd go after snowflakes on the left, right? All these people on the left whose feelings are so easily hurt. They're so easily offended. And I'd make fun of people on the left on our college campuses. What we call them? Safe spaces. They needed their safe spaces. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 years later, the snowflakes in this country are on the right. Trump's a snowflake. Anyone who's afraid to look at and study America's original sin and wants that whitewashed out of our museums is a snowflake, a baby, someone who can't handle the truth. And Donald Trump gives voice to these people. And it needs to be called out. It needs to be called out. Can I, this yesterday, one more quick thing, maybe two. TikTok, Keith, you got that post? I'm a lying piece of shit, says Sharon. Sharon, go study American history. Sharon, you know, it'd do you some real good, my favorite Trump supporter. You need to go learn about America. Go learn about how evil slavery is. It'll do you some good, Sharon. This story yesterday. Yesterday, the White House launched a brand new TikTok account. Keep that up for a sec, Keith. Now look at that headline. White House launches TikTok account. In a nutshell, baby, I don't know of another headline that so perfectly captures the fecklessness of Congress and the lawlessness of Trump in one fucking headline. MAGA, are you with me? Do you see that? Look at that headline, MAGA. Tell me what I mean by the fecklessness of Congress and the lawlessness of Trump. The White House launching a TikTok account. Again, everybody, it should be fairly obvious, right? There's a law in the books. No matter where you stand on TikTok, and I actually, I was banned from TikTok a couple of days ago. We're trying to figure out why. But again, no matter where you stand, there's a federal law on the books right now. It's been on the books for almost a year, requiring TikTok to be sold or banned in this country on national security grounds. It's a law on the books. Was supposed to go into effect the day before Trump was sworn in. Trump gets sworn in and he puts some 90-day pause on it, extends a deadline for the sale of TikTok. He did not have the constitutional authority to do that. The 90 days comes and goes, and Trump puts another 90-day pause on the required by law sale or ban of TikTok. Now it's due to be banned in mid-September. So Donald Trump is utterly defying the law, launching a TikTok account. But he can do it because Congress, thanks, Keith, won't do anything about it. Congress won't haul him in front of some committee or his somebody in his administration in front of a congressional committee to investigate. There's a law in the books. TikTok was supposed to be sold or banned like months ago. The fecklessness of Congress and the lawlessness of Trump And we wonder why there's a fascist in the White House. Trump does what he does. Trump ignores laws because he knows we don't have an independent legislative branch. He knows that. Final issue, and MAGA, I want you to listen to me. Put your TikToks down right now, MAGA. Listen to me. And really, every MAGA person listening, every MAGA man and woman listening to me right now, you got it, Gail. I want you to spend this next week studying about American slavery. You need to bring yourself up to speed. Another example, MAGA, of Trump and Trump's media cheerleaders who think you're stupid. And again, I got to tell you, MAGA, I don't think you're stupid. Trump does. Jesse Waters does. It would just bug me. It would bother me to no end to have people lying to me all the time. Did you see this this story that came out yesterday? So another company suing Fox News for defamation, in this case, Smartmatic, another voting machine company, and they've got a $2.7 billion defamation suit against Fox because so many people on Fox, right after the 2020 election, they went on their TV shows and they lied about a stolen election. They lied. MAGA, they lied to you. A bunch of the Fox News text and emails were made public yesterday because of this defamation suit. So, Hannity and what's her name? Judge Janine and all of these people, just the crazy shit that they said, knowing that they were lying to their Fox News viewers. My favorite, though, is Jesse Waters. Listen up, MAGA. Here's Jesse Waters, a really popular Fox News host. Thank you, Keith. In December of 2020, after Trump lost, Jesse Waters texted to Greg Gutfeld. It's all part of the public record now, MAGA. And Jesse Waters texted Gutfeld and said, think about how incredible our ratings will be if Fox News goes all in on Stop the Steal. Jesse Waters to Greg Gutfeld in December of 2020. Revealing the truth. Hey, if we lie to our audience, man, ratings are going to be killer. Let's go on our shows every day and say the 2020 election was stolen. It was stolen. Fraud everywhere. Stop the steal. And Jesse Waters said, man, let's keep this up because our ratings are going to be gold. Gold. Just like Tucker Carlson in that lawsuit from a couple of years ago, knowing he was lying to his audience about the 2020 election. MAGA, when you read something like that Jesse Waters knowingly lied to you for ratings about a stolen election, how does that make you feel? Does that piss you off, MAGA? It would piss me off. And there's Greg Gutfeld, right? Yeah. Let's just keep lying. Let's just keep lying to our audience about a stolen election. It makes me, I love that, David, more lies. The texts are all part of Jesse Waters' text, David. It's part of the public record now. So again, your lying eyes, baby, it makes me sad. Part of our job as citizens in this free country, part of our jobs as free citizens is to stay informed, to follow the truth and the facts. And I know I can blame Trump because Trump destroys the truth and Trump lies every time he opens his mouth. I know I can blame Jesse Waters and Tucker Carlson and Sean Hannity and all the rest, all of Donald Trump's other media cheerleaders. who lie to their audience, lie to their followers, lie for, as Jesse Waters said, the ratings. I know I can blame them, and I spend a lot of time blaming them. But at the end of the day, my MAGA brothers and sisters, it's on you. It's on you for believing the lies, for telling Jesse Waters, it's okay that you lie to me, for telling Donald Trump, hey, thank you, sir, give me another. Thank you for lying to me, sir. Give me another. I love you, my MAGA brothers and sisters, but ultimately you are responsible for the lies. Every time somebody on Fox News lies to you, you're ultimately responsible because you let them lie to you. And you keep watching. And because you keep watching, they keep right on lying to you. It's up to you, man. And MAGA, back when I was with you, back when I was part of your family, MAGA, we talked about individual responsibility. That was a big thing to you back then. It's still a big thing to me. We're responsible for ourselves. We're responsible for our own actions, man. If we're going to let ourselves be lied to, that's on us. If we're going to live with a spouse who lies to us every day, that's on us. If we're going to vote for a president who lies to us every time he opens his mouth, that's on us. Individual responsibility. Thanks for listening, everybody. My Substack there it is, socialcontractwithjoewalsh.substack.com. Do me one favor. Go subscribe to my Substack. If you're not subscribed, hey, MAGA, subscribe to my Substack and I'll personally call you. If any MAGA person subscribes to my Substack, I'll personally give them a call. socialcontractwithjoewalsh.substack.com. I do everything on my Substack. It's the place to be. Shoot me an email, guys. What is today? Wednesday. Thanks, Keith. Shoot me an email about anything. The Social Contract with Joe Walsh at gmail.com. That's all one word. The Social Contract with Joe Walsh at gmail.com. Thanks for listening. Be brave.
Thank you for listening. Remember to listen, share, and follow The Social Contract with Joe Walsh on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and everywhere great podcasts are found. And be sure to leave a 5-star review. This has been The Social Contract with Joe Walsh.